Hey, would you like to discover how to get the missing nutrients in your diet through an incredible greens product? Would you like to take an adventure and go on a trip to an exotic locale? Would you like to hear the behind the scenes story from the founder of Rain International? Well, all that and more coming up right now on Thunderstorm Saturday. Hey, Rain Nation, welcome. My name's Randy Gage. I'm coming to you my place in Miami. So please check in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll see a lot of them, but we're in some different places. We're on Zoom. We're on the Rain International Facebook page, the YouTube channel, the Spanish page. And for you guys watching on Zoom in the foreign languages, go down to the bottom. There's a globe, and you can select for interpretation in, let me read my list, Spanish, Italian, Turkish, Bulgarian, Bosnian, Croatian, and welcome for the first time, I believe this week, we're adding Hungarian. So this is a action-packed show. We're going to get right to it. We're going to begin with that segment about ultimate greens formula and how you can get the nutrients you need. And you're going to get them from a doctor, a rarity, because she's knowledgeable in traditional medicine and alternative medicine. She is the author of more than 14 books, not more than, the author of 14 books on wellness. And she's going to share tips to naturally detox your body. She's actually an official advisor to the Hungarian government. And her name is Dr. Zita CSOMAI. So please, Dr. Zita, we'll turn it over to you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Zita. And in this presentation, I will talk to you about one of my favorite products, which is the core. Let me show you the presentation why core is my very favorite product. And first of all, of anything, I would like to tell you why we're using the seeds here in Rain, because the seeds got 20-30 times more active ingredients than if you just eat the fruits and the vegetables. They're very potent, they highly support your body, your immune system. And what we know about the core, when I first tried the core, I said it's a kind of green taste. If you regularly taking some green smoothies or something, you will know what I talk about, the green taste. It's got lots of ingredients in it, and the main purpose is to detox your body. And why you need to detox the body? Because if you look around in the environment, we have many toxins that gets into your body. They coming from the environment, they coming from the air pollution, the water, the food, the all kind of additives they put with your food products, and your body needs some help to get rid of these toxic materials, and the core will help your liver, your kidney, your lymphatic system, your skin, all the parts of your body have to detox. If we look at what's inside, we got seeds inside because we here in Rain with the seed nutrition company, and with these seeds we get lots of greens, like a green powder, green power, which helps to detox your body. And all of it packed in a small package, which contains 9 servings of fruit and veggies. And all of these, they highly beneficial to your body. If you look at what are the key ingredients in the core, one of the main ingredients is the milk thistle, which helps to detox your liver, but it's not only help to detox, but helps to regenerate your liver. There are many studies with the milk thistle. They used with people who had toxins, people who had chemotherapy, and they all realized that the milk thistle can help the liver to renew, to detox, even like those people who have problems with alcohol or drug problems and they want to get clean. The milk thistle is one of the best ingredients for that. The kale, also a superfood, contains tons of vitamins and minerals, what your body needs to get healthy. And the kale and the wheatgrass, they both of them one of those green ingredients that helps not only detox the body, but they get lots of minerals, active enzymes that helps to replace those toxins in the cells and put your cells back to a good and normal way of working. The spirulina, and I'm going to tell you in core, there's not only spirulina, we have the chlorella inside too. These two, they sweet water algae, and what they do, they help to get rid of the cells, the heavy metals. The chlorella helps to clean the cells inside, and the spirulina helps to catch up all these materials from your blood and your lymphatic system, and they help to get rid of these from the body. And wheatgrass, also like kale, not only contains all of these good materials, but they got all of these active enzymes that helps the cells. They have all this good material to be absorbed, even if your bowels are not really healthy. These green active ingredients, they have the absorption and they have all of these materials to be very active in your body. These were the key ingredients. I would like to say one more. Um, the dandelion, which is like the cleaning service in a luxurious hotel, has to clean your body, all of the very little parts from your liver, your kidneys, your lymphatic system. It's very powerful in cleaning, like sweeping out everything that's not supposed to be there. And why you need to detox the body, as I said, because we get so much pollution around us and we need to have the body to get rid of these, to free up our body so it can work good again. The detox, go back to the old times. It was usually in the people mind that they detox. If you look at the religions, if you look at the traditions, you will see that the detox were always coming with the human people. But now with this very active, rushing lifestyle, the people forget about it. But we need to have to detox our body like the same way we clean our house or we clean our car. And if you do it just once a year, it's not that effective than if you clean your house, you take the rubbish out from your house and your body also every day. The core you can take every day, it can help. Um, if you look around where you live, if you see environmental toxins, then they're visible, but most of the times you look around and you don't see what's in the air, what's in the water, or what's in your fridge packed up. But unfortunately, nowadays, this world is very polluted. So we cannot really go away and say that, oh, I don't need this, because basically everybody needs to get protected from the environmental toxins. Also, as I said, all of these very active ingredients, they provide the essential vitamins, minerals, and they help, they maintain your cells to work good again, and they can go back to functioning good. If you look at the cholesterol level of the body, The best way to get rid of the cholesterol is the green leafy vegetables, the chlorophyll that's inside these green leaves. So the core helps to maintain the cholesterol level and also your healthy heart, and not only the heart, but I said the liver, the kidney, and all of your body parts. And of course, if your body is cleaner, your immune system will work better, and your immune system will be able to fight with the viruses, the germs easier, just like it can fight with cancer cells. And also, if you look at the allergies and all of these allergic reactions, they usually um, more serious if the people's body is full of toxins. So when you get rid of these toxins, then the allergies usually get less symptoms or they disappear from the body. So the immune system will be in balance and it will work better and it will work good. Also, when you get rid of the toxins, the chronic inflammation is caused by the toxins in the body. So when you get rid of these toxins, this chronic inflammation will go down, and your cells, your joints, your body will be free from the inflammation, and it can work really good. What are the resources we can use? We have many other products. The Bright helps your brain, the Pure helps your bowels, the Vive 3 helps to support the vitamin D to your body and your immune system. We have another detox product, Renew, and also we have product for just the well-being and your joints. So you can look around and find many other good products to support your body, and all of them is inside these little seeds that come with thousands of good ingredients. I am very thank you for your attention, and I wish you good health, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Zita. We're going for another real treat here. We're going to see an interview that I conducted with Rain's founder, Travis Perry. Travis is actually on a ship traveling the high seas at this moment with his lovely wife, Shasta, along with our CEO, Jeff Higginson, and his lovely bride as well. And so they're out there. So before he left, I knocked him down and got him to do an interview with me because I wanted you to hear some of the behind the scenes stuff of how this superior nutrition came about and what the Rain Seeds for Change Foundation can mean to you, how you can empower people, and just kind of see this the man behind the legend, this brilliant visionary founder who we all owe such a great debt of gratitude. Jackie, if you would please roll the tape with Travis. Well, hello, Rain Nation. Randy here. I'm so excited that we're going to do something that we're going to do more of on these thunderstorms, which is to speak to the man, the legend, the vision behind Rain International, but not just Rain International, but seed sourced nutrition, and maybe even more important than both of those, the Seeds for Change Foundation. So that man, most of you know, is Travis Perry. Travis, it's so good thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Well, thank you, Randy. I'm always excited to join and have an opportunity to express some of my views and share my why and what for with the people that are a part of the Rain team.
Yeah, and I think we should paint a little backstory for people who are watching for the first time. You built a product formulation company, a research company, a laboratory, and you created products. And you didn't just create products for rain. You create, uh, we don't even have to name the names, but some of the biggest companies in network marketing, big companies in other arenas. Like how many different companies, if you had the ballpark, how many different companies do you think you have engineered products for over the years?
Oh, if I had to ballpark it over 17 years, I would say that it's between 60 and 70 companies.
Amazing. So 60, 70 companies, some of these household name companies. What does a guy who so because of that reason, that's why a lot of people didn't know that you were the founder, of course, because those other, let's say 69 companies don't want to say, hey, we're buying this, we get our products made by this guy, but this guy also has his own company. Because I think anybody with a room temperature IQ is probably saying, if he gets a really breakthrough product, he's probably going to want to put it in his own company. He's going to save the best for his family, right? So, for those who don't know, Travis actually sold that formulation laboratory and came, just said, hey, I just want to focus the rest of my career. I want to focus it on rain. And so he's been active. You'll now see him at events. He's calling associates every week. He's on the phone, chatting people up, seeing what's going on. What has that meant for you, being able to finally be out as a front face of this baby that you nurtured and nourished and went through the growing pains for so many years?
That's a great question, Randy. I do love these formulas. I love these products. I love the base message of these products, and that is that the greatest and most simple, pure, best nutrition comes from the source. It comes from the very beginning of all things, and that is from seeds. And that struck me many, many years ago when we first started putting these formulas together. And it still impressed me. It still impresses me as much today. Um, I actually get to kind of reflecting and pondering on how I came across the story and the interaction or the intersection between me and this research and this science, and I'm so grateful for that intersection. It's powerful. It's changed me, and Rain has given me the opportunity now to go and evangelize or to really express um, this message that has meant so much to me for so many years.
Yeah, and you spoke to the Associate Advisory Board a couple of weeks ago. And I think it was just, you were talking about Soul, which is, of course, one of our flagship products. And people were just gobsmacked at your knowledge of every single ingredient and the 2,714 research studies on this ingredient and the 812 gold standard double blind research studies on that ingredient and what it does for the black cumin seed and the just blackberry and raspberry and just so one of the things for you guys watching we're going to do in the future is we're going to have Travis back and we're going to break down some of the product by product stuff. Um, what do you think? But just with that expertise, which is so astounding, because I think the average person, if they eavesdropped in on that conversation, they'd say, well, what is he, a Nobel Prize winner in medicine? Is he a he got 5 PhDs in biochemistry and molecular biology and nutrition and whatever. And that's not your background. Your background is you're an entrepreneur. You you create things. You take things that exist and you put them together in different ways and you make something new, something magical. And I know, knowing your story, a lot of that has to do with your childhood and your experience with your father and your mother
Yeah.
growing up. And can you share a little insight into that for people who don't know you or your story, on what drew you to be an entrepreneur, to create a company that actually has become a movement?
Sure. I mean, I grew up in a lower middle class home here in the state of Utah. And like many others around, a home that had its issues, a home that had significant issues with a mother and father that didn't get along very well, that didn't have the necessary tools to cope with their relationship issues and other addictions and things like that that they both had. Not only that, but my parents were not well. They weren't mentally well. They weren't emotionally well. They also weren't physically well. My mom was diagnosed with MS at the age of 31. She ended up pretty much dying from that at the age of 70. And my dad had a severe prescription drug addiction, which he was in and out of hospitals and treatment centers and pain centers and all kinds of things. And ultimately the damage it did to his stomach and also to his vital organs cost him his life at the age of 70. So both my parents died at a relatively young age, and of complications or things that could have been prevented. And I struggled with a lot of that. I struggled with my dad. I struggled with mental health issues, and I struggled with the fact that we were limited in what we could do, and I didn't have some of the advantages that a lot of my friends and other people that I knew had. And I just always told myself that when I got older, that I was going to do something special. And I felt that way when I was younger. And because of some of those very difficult situations and concerns that were faced, it hurt me in a lot of ways, but it also defined my desire to help others and to alleviate any sort of pain or suffering I possibly could. So, Randy, that's kind of the impetus behind my entrepreneurial spirit and the many companies that I've started. So,
Yeah, this thing, I know we're tiptoeing into dangerous ground, because because I'm an associate in the field. I know all of us who are associates in the field, we can't prescribe, we can't diagnose. We're not medical professions. We're not here to do that. We're here to talk about premium, superior nutrition, and how that premium, superior nutrition can allow people's bodies to do the work and do the words you used that they spoke to me was, you were moved to alleviate pain and suffering. And I think that's got to be like the unofficial RAIN tagline, right? The one that we never say. We don't print it on the boxes of the product and we don't put it on the website, but every one of us in the field, and then all the corporate people around the world who support the people in the field, we all are doing that work to alleviate pain and suffering. And we're doing it through superior nutrition and allowing this magic of God or the universe or whatever label anyone wants to use for this force greater than ourselves that created this miraculous mechanism, process, organism called the human body.
yeah.
And it's one of the things we train in the field with people is, hey, not everybody's going to get RAIN right away, right? not everybody's going to get premium nutrition. People are going to say, well, why can't we lower the prices? Why can't we have the stuff they have in the supermarkets and the health food stores? And man, I saw that somebody's doing a multivitamin, multi-mineral with, 60 different ingredients, and it's only $4.99 for the, 30 capsules. One a day cures everything. But you get what you pay for in life. There's a difference between $1,000 iPhone and a $300 brand X phone. There's a reason why the iPhone is the premium. There's a difference. It's like people who say, it's just a car. It takes me from point A to point B. There's no difference between a Bentley Continental GT and a Kia. Okay. If you say that, you've never driven a Bentley Continental GT. If you say, well, they're all a hotel room, they're all the same. Once you turn off the light, you're in bed. No. If you say that, you've probably never stayed at a Four Seasons or a Ritz-Carlton, and you've only stayed at the Motel 6, and you might not know. No, there really is a difference. If you're in a hotel that you hear when they sneeze in the next room, you hear the doorbell the elevator bell every time it stops on your floor. The air conditioning system is moldy. The towels are like sandpaper. The mattress should have been changed 2 presidential administrations ago. And you wake up, you can barely stand up. You're in such back pain, right? Premium nutrition, that's a real, just, without getting into the medicine prescribing stuff, but just what's the difference of premium seed source nutrition that Rain International offers its customers, and what else people could buy out there from other companies, from the supermarket, from the health food store?
Well, first of all, I'd like to reemphasize something that you said, and that is we always, at Rain International, we always begin our story with the story of the human body. At the end of the day, the body is the greatest miracle in the universe. It is the greatest creation anywhere, and it is just incredible. And our job at Rain is not to prescribe or diagnose, it's to fuel or feed this miraculous body in such a way that it can perform the way that it was designed to perform. So I appreciate you bringing it up, and I'd like to reemphasize that, Randy. But the difference between premium nutrition and average nutrition, or maybe I'll just stay there, average nutrition, is first and foremost the studies that are out there, and there are tens of thousands of them, on good ingredients, on actives that help and support the body do and act and perform the way it's been designed to perform, are based upon dosages. And there are, first and foremost, we limit the number of actives in the products. Our products are very simple, they're clean. But the reason that we limit them to just a couple of major main actives is so that we can provide the dosage amount in each serving that actually is beneficial, that actually through the studies and the research that's been done say that these results can happen. The body can perform in such and such a way if you get this amount of these certain actives. So premium nutrition will always be based upon, again, truth and upon facts, the facts of the studies, the facts of the research, the facts of what really feeds the human body. And that's what Rain offers. I mean, sure, you can go get a multivitamin for $10 and it can have 50 different ingredients in it, but there's not enough of any of those ingredients. And on top of that, their bioavailability with all the fillers that are involved there is very low. So that's something else that comes with premium nutrition, and that is, can the body actually absorb or use the nutrients that it's being given? Premium nutrition allows for the body to assimilate, to digest, and to distribute those actives in a way that actually help the body perform better. Not average nutrition or substandard nutrition does not allow for that. It employs what we call the fairy dusting or pixie dusting policy or principle, and that is lots of name dropping, lots of ingredients, but not enough of any one ingredient to really help the body do its work.
Yeah, I love that pixie dusting. So let's sprinkle some vitamin E and sprinkle some vitamin D, and then we can add another line on the label. But if it's not meaningful quantity that allows the body to produce the desired effect, it's just pixie dust.
It's just filler, and your body just eliminates it.
Yeah, so it's actually turning something which would be helpful into just filler because
Yeah.
there's not enough of it.
Correct.
Okay, so Seeds for Change Foundation.
Mm.
I know you well enough to know that that's the driving force, that you throw the sheets off the bed every morning and want to jump in and get down to the office for that. How did that come about? What's your vision for that? Why do you think that that's such an important work that not just Rain is able to do as a company, but every one of us in the field who builds a team gets to contribute, and then every customer who buys Rain products is part of that movement. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Randy, there was times, and you had mentioned my growing up a little bit. I mean, my parents were separated multiple times. My father was sick a lot, and so my father was unemployed a lot. So we really struggled to have any sort of money, and there was times when it was a real struggle to even have enough food for myself and my brothers and my sisters. Um, and so that always was something that it worried me, it concerned me, and I know it worried my mom, and I could see the pain that it caused her as she contemplated, and I saw the what she was willing to do to help us, and it wasn't easy. It was hard, and it required significant sacrifice, and it definitely took its toll. So uh, one of the things that has always defined my life is that the hurt that I felt and the worry and anxiety and other things that I've had to experience myself, they hurt, and they've been deep, and it's caused a lot of pain inside of me. And I still struggle with some of those things, but I don't want. So when I look at situations in the world where somebody wakes up or they don't know where their next meal is going to come from, or I know that mom and dad are worried because they don't have enough, or there's just general hurt or pain. Um, my heart bleeds. My heart is super soft towards those people because, in my own way, I understand what that feels like, and I don't like that. I don't want to feel that way. And every opportunity I get to help somebody not have to feel that way and not have to experience those things, it lifts me. It helps me continue to service that young man, that young boy from 45 years ago in my own life that was worried, that was concerned, and that was terrified at times, and that means a lot to me. It's, in a lot of ways, it's super tender and therapeutic for me. So helping other people in those situations is extremely important to who I am as a person.
Man, thank you so much for exactly that, for who you are as a person. Because of who you are as a person, it makes each of us who are spreading this message of seed source nutrition, I believe it makes us better as a person. And your influence and your inspiration and your demonstration is what empowers us all to do more to share this movement around the world. So thank you again so much for taking the time. Hey, there's a couple of really exciting benefits of a lifestyle business like Rain. One of them is the travel opportunities. You get to travel to some amazing places. I mean, exotic beaches and snow-capped mountains and volcanoes and underground caverns and streams and fjords and scuba diving. And there's just so much. Rain is doing business in more than 40 countries. So you got like if you're an American, you have a tax deductible way to travel to a lot of really incredible places. So there's an opportunity to do that. One of the other benefits of the lifestyle business is there's training and support. You actually get skill set training. When you join Rain, there's an entire sponsorship line of leaders who have a vested interest in the success of your business. Rain also has a big corporate team in the offices in Utah and then with boots on the ground around the world, providing that support and events and training. And one of the highlights of the year every year is the Ascend Convention, which this year is in Istanbul, Turkey. So we've got YAPRAK, who is our GM in Turkey, and we've got Jack Perry, who's our director of global sales. They're going to come on now and share some thoughts with you on how you can get both those benefits, an incredible trip to Turkey, an experience of a lifetime, and receive training on how to grow your business. So guys, I will turn it over to you.
Thanks, Ann, for introducing me today. I'm so happy to be here on this amazing Thunderstorm Saturday, and I just want to thank all of you for being on this call. I promise you there's some exciting stuff being announced today. And one of those exciting things I get to talk about, and that is Rain Ascend in the beautiful Istanbul, Turkey. So I would first like to play a video to show you guys just a little taste of what you could experience if you come to this year's Rain Ascend in beautiful Istanbul, Turkey. Wow, that was amazing. I'm telling you, every time I watch this video, I get so excited. And having been to Istanbul myself, I can tell you that it's a beautiful place. I can tell you that the leadership there, YAPRAK, Gulsimen, and Ozge, are going to have an amazing event for us while we're there. That being said, to talk more about the event and more of what's going to happen, the exciting things, we have the general manager from Turkey, YAPRAK ERDAVRAN. And YAPRAK, I would just like to introduce it to you to talk about the agenda, the schedule, and the other exciting things that people can expect when they come to Ascend this year. So YAPRAK, over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Jake, for a great presentation and great introduction. So, I am so excited to welcome all of you to beautiful Istanbul. Most of you most probably heard about Istanbul, but Istanbul is a city that cannot be taught. You need to live there. You need to embrace the beautiful weather, the beautiful Bosphorus Sea, and the two continents. You're going to experience the Asia and Europe. This is the only city that gives you this experience, but it's going to give you more than that. We will have an Ascend there. And on September the 5th and the 6th, we would like to see all of you there. I don't want you to say, oh, I missed it. No, 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 don't say that. Please, you have still 2.5 months, almost 3 months to schedule it. You can even buy your ticket today. You can even buy your flights and come to Turkey, come to Ascend, come to Rain Ascend. So what's this Ascend going to offer you? First of all, let me talk about the hotel. You have just watched the video. The hotel and the convention center is next to each other. So you don't need to go out, take the bus, tram, or anything, the traffic. No, 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 no. You're going to wake up in the hotel and then have a beautiful breakfast, which is bed and breakfast hotel. And I tell you something, it is the best deal that we have ever did so far. So most probably you had the link before, so click the link and reserve your room. So it's a discounted price. So what I was telling you, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to have your breakfast, and then you're going to go through a corridor to reach to the convention center. And at the end of the convention center, you're going to see a beautiful auditorium. That is where the Ascend will be. So 2 days, the September the 5th and the 6th. I'm going to give you the agenda, but overall, the Ascend offers you 2 coffee breaks in a day and a lunch. So 2 days. If you have paper or a pen, let's start with the agenda. On the September the 5th, the registration starts at 8 o'clock. So between 10:30 to 12:30, it's the general session 1. Then you will have a lunch, as I've said, that it's a complimentary lunch. And then between 2 and 6 p.m., it is the general session 2. And that night, which is the September the 5th, between 7:30 and 9 o'clock, there's a recognition black tie dinner, which yes, that is important, blah, blah, blah. That is important. This is an alert. We will let you know the criteria about that black tie dinner. I believe that you don't want to miss it. And the next day, the September the 6th, it is the Saturday. So it starts at 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock, the general session 3. And then there's a lunch break, again, the complimentary. And then between 2 and 5 p.m. is the general session 4. And that night, between 7 and 9, we have a special gold and above training. This is very important. You don't want to miss it. So please, if you would like to come to Ascend, the minimum level that you'll be there is the gold. But I urge you, I tell you something, that is not enough. You still have time, 2.5 months time, be a diamond. That's my, advice to you from me. So the hotel's name is Jawahir Hotel and the Convention Center. As I've said, that 2 coffee breaks and 1 lunch will be offered to you. And we will have the store, the Rain store, which you can buy the swag and some goodies, which you will proudly wear or proudly carry your beloved brand, Rain International. So this is gonna something. So please spare some places in your luggage. And one more thing, on the 4th of September, between 5 to 6 p.m., a special diamond and above meeting with the president. So what I tell you is we have a very loaded agenda that you don't want to miss it. Afterwards, When Saturday is finished, you have a full day Sunday till you go back to your home with a good memories. You can have a good excursions, you will have a sightseeing tours, whatever you want. And I tell you, shopping is beautiful in Istanbul also at the Grand Bazaar. I tell you, you don't want to miss it. So Jack, I guess I said enough. I don't want to tell everything. There will be some surprises, I believe, that we need to keep it till to the ascent, right?
That's right. I mean, you've sold me, Yaprak. And like you said, guys, there's going to be some surprises, some great announcements that will, I mean, it's going to be the biggest Ascend event I think we've had yet with Rain International, with new things getting launched. And I can just tell you, you don't want to miss it. So make sure that you get this QR code, get the ticket. Right now, it's only $100 USD for it. It doesn't get a better price. Like Yaprak said, 2 coffee breaks and lunch. And if you stay at the hotel, breakfast as well, right? So make sure that you take advantage of it, get your ticket, make it happen. And I can tell you that it will be an unforgettable experience in beautiful Istanbul, Turkey. Before I kick it back to Randy, I want to have 2 real stories and experiences of people that have attended rain events. And they're going to talk a little bit about how special these rain events are, specifically how important it is to be at Rain Ascend this year. I got to tell you, what makes a great event is the people that are there. So I'm going to kick it over to Stoyl Palhutev and Francesca, and they're going to talk a little bit about it and then kick it back over to you, Randy.
Hello Rain Nation, my name is Stoyl Palhutev from Bulgaria, and when I was in a grand opening Turkey with 6 people from my team, we saw inspired, we were so inspired, so motivated, and we see the big picture, this family atmosphere there, meeting people from Turkey and from other countries, leaders. So we were so inspired, all of us. So we already booked 2 big buses, which are almost full of partners for Ascend Turkey in September. So we would like to make it rain.
Hello everybody, my name is Francesca, I'm from Italy, I'm a social entrepreneur here in Rain International, and so proud and happy to be here and to be part of this global amazing movement around the world. With my husband Davide, we are just came back from Turkey from the grand opening event, and really was amazing. So I want to share with you 3 things from that event. First of all, real leadership, real people that can lead by heart, lead by the example. Big vision, because when you are there, you can feel you are be part of a movement where you can be the pioneer in this opportunity, and the big energy and the sense of belong and to be part of something bigger that we can create to have a big impact on the people around you. So I can't wait to be there in Turkey for the Ascend event in September with the whole team, because really I think that something inside and outside also will change because of that. So we can see there, I will be there. My name is Francesca and I am Rain.
All right. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Yaprak. Let's get this plane back, start the ascent, get this plane back on the ground. Couple of action steps. If you didn't already, Jack, if you could put up the QR code one more time. If you don't have your tickets to Turkey yet, get them. If you haven't started the campaign for your team, how you're going to get as many people there, you want to be working on that this week. Certainly, if you don't have some inventory of core, you saw what Dr. Zetas showed you about that. I mean, I got to tell you, I was just in Las Vegas doing an event, and they had a juice bar at the spa, really great, spa and gym and everything. So I go to the juice bar. They had a smoothie that was it contained my guesstimate, it contained about 70% of what you get in one packet of core. And that juice, that smoothie sold for $13 for one. And just think what you get in a core and then a box of core. So make sure you got the inventory of that. Replays come out on Monday, but remember, we did broadcast this on the Rain International Facebook page. So the replay is immediately available there. Please go out, close the week strong. If you're watching this as a guest, get back with the person who invited you, get any questions you need to know answered, and lock in your spot as soon as you can, because timing and positioning is important. Guys, the world needs seed source nutrition. The world needs rain. It's our job to get that message out there. So let's all make this commitment. Get up, get out, and let's make it rain. Love you guys. Peace.